Today, I want to talk about the spirituality of food. Hello, Dale Majors here, and welcome to another video, Adventure Anyway. I release videos 5 days a week, all geared to make you better and do cool things. Actually, they're all geared to help people take action. So thank you for being here. And it's kind of a weird topic today compared to the usual productivity and other things that I've been doing. But I did a water fast and had a lot of great conversations about it over a 10-day period. The water fast only lasted 7 days. But I had a few great conversations, and I wanted to share one of them specifically from one of my friends, Dave, about how food has like a spiritual nature to it. So let's jump in. I'm talking to my friend the other day, and this was, I think I had broken my fast already, and we were talking about fasting, and he shared how he had lost 60 pounds over the last, I think it took him about 6 months or so. Could have been a bit longer, but he lost 60 pounds, and a lot of it was through doing the keto low-carb diet, and he was really curious about water fasting. And he talked about how he went to a work party, and at the work party he kind of cheated a little bit and fell off the wagon a little bit, and needed to get back on the wagon. And the way that he went about doing that was taking a day of work off strategically, where that made sense for him, and listening to podcasts and doing yard work or whatever. But he was listening to podcasts about food and diet specifically. And he talked to me about how food has this like spiritual nature to it. And, it made sense, because when I've gone without food, and when I've also read a lot about food, I'm just much more converted to the whole idea and diet. And so what does that have to do with spirituality? And I really have three connections that I'd like to make with what I think. And heck, I would love in the comments to hear what you guys think about this as well. The first point is our diets change so slowly that a lot of times it's hard to perceive as we eat more poorly. It's hard to perceive the energy change that happens and how we feel, because it happens over such a long time that we can't really perceive the difference. Where the same thing with our spirituality, as we stop tending to our spirits and tending to more of our spiritual side, we can't really tell what's different. So the second thing that I realized is with food, food and spirituality, when it's in your face, we're a lot more fervent about it. So when you're reading books about diet, you're more like slapping hamburgers and sodas out of people's hands because you're like, sugar's gonna kill you. Where it's the same thing with spirituality. When you're studying your scriptures, and when you're closer to your your purpose, and you're more serious about your worship, you care more about those things. So the idea to increase and make your spirituality better is to read the scriptures and worship and pray and focus on that. And when you're doing that day in, day out, it's more in your face and you care about it more. All right, observation 3 about spirituality and food is that when we go without it, we become when we go without it, or we go through some sort of dark time, we kind of pull towards it. So a lot of times people reach towards spirituality or faith when they have a hard trial in their life, when they go through some really hard things, an overly dark period, you reach towards that. And then for me, during like my water fasting, or when I'm, let's just take water fasting, you're going without food, you focus on it a whole lot more, and you strategize and plan around what your food strategy ongoing will be in the future. So that's the idea, is that when you go without it for several days, you're like obsessed about how can I eat better and in a more healthy way when I'm eating again. You're just more deliberate about it. So these are just a few, but food, it's in our lives all the time. And the better relationship that we can gain, that we can develop with food, the healthier we're gonna be. And our health and our mental well-being is really the platform that we stand on to do everything else in life, to adventure. You know, this morning I went and rollerbladed for 4.5 hours with my brother and my brother-in-law. It was amazing, but that's why I want to eat healthy, so I can just get up and do all those sorts of activities. And the better relationship with food we can get, the better. So there it is. Thanks for watching. If you're not yet a member or subscriber on Venture Anyway, please click the button and click the bell and you'll get notifications, but that can be kind of sketch because do you really want your phone driving your life? Thanks for being here, and we'll see you on my next video.